In today's world, where health headlines change by the hour and fear-based food messaging dominates social media, it's rare to come across a calm, deeply researched perspective, especially one grounded in both science and common sense. Enter Dr. Elias Vance, a distinguished professor of genetics at Commonwealth University School of Medicine and a leading voice in nutritional genomics. In a groundbreaking presentation, Dr. Vance debunks the myths surrounding meat and health, offering a comprehensive, science-backed explanation of why some meats are beneficial, others harmful, and which one may be the most dangerous in the world. Dr. Vance's core message is both simple and profound. It's not about whether the meat is red, white, or from the sea. It's about how the animal was raised, what it was fed, and how the meat was processed. That determines whether it's medicine or a long-term health hazard. The great fat misunderstanding. It's time to set the record straight. Fat is perhaps the most misunderstood nutrient in modern nutrition, especially the fat found in meat. Dr. Vance emphasizes that not all fat is bad, and in fact, fat is essential for cellular health, hormone production, and brain function. The key is the type and source of the fat. Every piece of meat you consume, whether beef, chicken, pork, or fish, contains three major categories of fat: monounsaturated fatty acids, MUFA letters, saturated fatty acids, polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFA letters. Let's examine each type and how they show up in different meats. Monounsaturated fat, MUFA, the hidden heart helper in meat, often celebrated in olive oil and avocado. Monounsaturated fats are actually surprisingly abundant in well-raised meats, especially grass-fed beef, where MUFA letters can make up to 45% of the total fat content. Pork, chicken, and wild salmon also contain a healthy amount, ranging between 35% to 40% of their fat content. MUFA letters help lower LDL bad cholesterol, raise HDL good cholesterol, and have been linked to reduced risk of heart disease and better insulin sensitivity. Saturated fat, villain or misunderstood nutrient. Saturated fat has been demonized in public health messages for decades, but recent research and Dr. Vance's analysis shows that the source of the saturated fat matters far more than its mere presence. In grass-fed beef, saturated fat makes up about 40% of the total fat profile, nearly identical to the natural ratio. In the human body, this type of saturated fat is balanced with MUFA letters and PUFA letters, making it biologically compatible and less likely to contribute to plaque buildup or inflammation. On the other hand, saturated fat from processed meats and CAFO industrial farm meat behaves differently in the body, often promoting inflammation and increasing cardiovascular risk. Polyunsaturated fats, PUFA letters, the omega balancing ACT-PUFA letters, include both omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and maintaining a healthy balance between the two is crucial for preventing inflammation and chronic disease. Omega-3 South, like EPA and DHA, are anti-inflammatory and support brain, heart, and metabolic health. Omega-6 South, in small amounts, are also essential, but excessive omega-6 South without enough omega-3 South can drive inflammation. According to Dr. Vance, animals raised in natural, traditional conditions on pasture, with access to sunlight and a biologically appropriate diet, maintain a healthy omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, usually between 2 to 1 to 4 to 1. But the balance collapses in meat from industrial farms. CAFO beef can have an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 20 to 1. CAFO chicken and pork may reach ratios of 30 to 1 or worse. These high levels of omega-6 fats are directly linked to chronic inflammation, metabolic syndrome, and autoimmune diseases. Wild salmon, in contrast, remains a gold standard. It typically has a 4 to 1 omega-3 advantage, making it a true anti-inflammatory food as long as it's wild-caught. Farmed salmon loses this benefit due to its processed, grain-based feed. The real danger, CAFOs, and the rise of industrial meat. Vance argues that the true health threat isn't red meat, it's how most of it is produced today. In CAFOs, concentrated animal feeding operations, animals are raised under inhumane, unnatural, and highly toxic conditions. What happens inside a CAFO? Thousands of animals are kept in tight, filthy quarters, unable to roam or express natural behaviors. They are fed a steady diet of genetically modified corn and soy, animal byproducts, and even chemical-laced feed designed to make them grow faster to prevent the inevitable outbreaks of disease. They are routinely given antibiotics regardless of illness. Many are injected with growth hormones to speed up production. The system transforms a once nourishing food into a toxic, inflammatory substance. The animals accumulate heavy metals, chemical residues, and hormonal disruptors in their fat and organs. These substances make their way into your bloodstream, affecting everything from gut health to thyroid function to immune balance, antibiotic resistance, and hormonal coast overuse of antibiotics. In CAFOs accounting for roughly 70% of all antibiotics sold in the US has created antibiotic-resistant superbugs, posing a massive threat to global health. Meanwhile, growth hormones used to increase weight gain in animals disrupt human hormonal balance, particularly in children and teenagers. Studies have linked these exposures to early puberty, infertility, breast and prostate cancer, thyroid disorders, environmental collapse, the cost of cheap meat. The environmental toll of CAFOs is equally devastating. Each facility produces millions of gallons of toxic waste, polluting rivers, groundwater, and soil. They emit enormous amounts of methane and nitrous oxide, potent greenhouse gases. CAFOs often displace indigenous communities and local farmers, centralizing power in the hands of a few meat conglomerates. By contrast, animals raised in pasture-based, regenerative systems can restore topsoil, sequester carbon, and reduce environmental damage, all while producing more nutrient-dense meat. The TMAO debate. A red herring? TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, is another compound that often sparks fear in health headlines. It's formed when gut bacteria digest choline and carnitine, nutrients found in red meat, eggs, and fish. Some studies have linked high TMAO levels to heart disease and kidney damage, but Dr. Vance cautions against panic. TMAO is a biomarker, not a cause, he explains. Its impact depends heavily on gut health, diet diversity, and inflammation status. What's rarely mentioned: fish contains 10 to 50 times more TMAO than red meat, yet is universally recognized as heart protective. Why? Because people who eat more fish also tend to consume more vegetables, fiber, and fermented foods, all of which support a healthy gut microbiome and regulate TMAO production. Dr. Vance's meat quality tiers. What to eat and what to avoid. To simplify things, Dr. Vance offers a clear, practical meat ranking system. Tier 1, optimal choices: grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, chicken, CLA conjugated linoleic acid, balanced fat profiles, and minimal toxins. These are nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory, and ideal protein sources. Tier 2, good choices: free-range chicken, naturally raised pork, slightly higher in omega-6 south, but still significantly cleaner than industrial meats, especially when pasture-raised, without hormones or antibiotics. Tier 3, eat sparingly: farmed salmon, though still a source of omega-3 south. Farmed salmon is often high in omega-6, heavy metals, and synthetic additives. Look for organic certifications or responsibly farmed labels if available. Tiers for 2-6, avoid CAFO, beef, CAFO, pork, CAFO, chicken, high in inflammatory fats, antibiotics, synthetic hormones, and industrial pollutants. Long-term consumption is strongly associated with metabolic disorders, inflammation, and poor gut health. Final tier, the most dangerous: processed meats, e.g., hot dogs, sausages, deli slices, canned meats. These contain less than 50% real meat, with the rest made up of cheap fillers, binders, preservatives like nitrites and nitrates, artificial colorings, MSG, and excessive sodium. Processed meats have been officially classified as carcinogenic by the World Health Organization, particularly linked to colorectal and stomach cancers. The solution: eat meat, but eat it smarter. Vance is not advocating for a vegan or vegetarian lifestyle, though he respects those who choose that path. Rather, he believes in eating meat consciously and responsibly. His recommendations: avoid CAFO and processed meats completely. Choose grass-fed, pasture-raised, and wild-caught options. Cook at home more often and avoid fast food. Support local farms and regenerative agriculture. Eat a fiber-rich, plant-heavy diet alongside your meat. Don't fear red meat, fear low-quality, factory-raised meat. Final thoughts. Meat isn't the enemy, ignorance eyes at the end of the day. Dr. Vance believes the most dangerous meat is not red meat itself, nor even pork or processed poultry. The most dangerous meat is meat raised in ignorance by consumers and producers alike. The solution isn't to eliminate meat, but to elevate its quality, to reconnect with where it comes from, and to understand how it affects your body and the planet. True health starts with awareness, and when you understand the story behind the meat on your plate, you'll never look at your next meal the same way again.